Okay, and then we got group 2. And it's multiplication and division. They are also best friends. They are the other group, okay? As long as you can remember those two groups and talk about opposites and stuff like that, you should be all right with solving equations. Obviously, step 2 gets a little bit harder. Okay, so the whole goal here is to get the variable by itself. On all these, we're trying to get the variable by itself. And the other thing I preach, it doesn't really matter that much today. So if we look at an equal sign, okay, we have the left side of an equal sign and the right side. Okay, if you look at this equal sign, you have the left side and the right side. Okay, always, always remember letters go on the left and numbers go on the right. Okay, because then that's where you get like x equals 2. X equals this value. And when you work with inequalities, if you've been doing it the opposite and just throwing your letters wherever you want to, it really, really screws you up, okay? So, letters go on the left. So, let's look at number 1. So, is this a letter or a number? It's a letter. And what number is in front of the letter? It's a 1. Okay, it's really a 1-I. So, is this a letter or a number? It's a number. So, numbers go on the right. Okay, so how do I move a plus 10? I need to do the opposite. So who's his best friend? Minus. So we're going to say minus 10. If we do it to one side, okay, we have to do it to the other side. So you're going to say minus 10. And some of you guys won't need to write all these steps out, but some of you will. Okay, however, I would highly suggest you use a calculator today because some of you guys is addition and subtraction. Just it's not good. So 15 minus 10 is going to be 5. R equals 5. Okay, 5 is not just your answer. It should say something equals this. Okay, R equals 5. Don't just write me 5 and circle it. R minus 15. Is this a letter or a number? Letter. Okay, letters go on the left, so it's good. Minus 15, is that a letter or a number? Number, so it needs to be moved. How do I move a minus? Add. Okay, if I do it to one side, gotta do it to the other side. Okay, so the 15s cancel. I'm left with R equals negative 5 plus 15. 10. R equals 10, not just 10. Those of you guys that are just getting online, we are on assignment 20. It's on Canvas. You got that, Rona?
No.
Whatever. That's what all people Rona say. Then next thing you know, we're all quarantined.
I'm talking about my eyeball.
Okay, R plus 19. Okay, is this a letter or a number?
That's a letter.
Letter or number? Number, so it needs moved. Okay, numbers go on the right, letters go on the left. So how do I move a plus 19?
Subtract by
Minus 19. If I do it to one side, I gotta do it to the other side. What happens to these ones? They cancel, but why do they cancel?
Because
you can't do anything with it.
No. Huh?
False.
Closer. Okay, so I don't normally make you guys like write out why such and such happens. Okay, what is, let me ask you this, what is positive 19 minus 19?
0.
0, that's why they cancel. We're left with 0. So that's why they cancel. They don't just cancel because they're opposites. They do, but that's not the actual reason. Okay, we specifically chose that same number, positive and negative, because it's going to be 0. Okay? Because if we have R and then R plus 0, does that change anything? No, it's addition. It's not going to change anything. So you got R equals, and then what's 37 minus 19? 18. R equals 18. Okay, scroll down to number 11. Okay, let's do 12 first. So 12 says 2x equals 36. Okay, what does it mean when they're right next to each other? It means multiplication. So what's multiplication's buddy?
Division.
Division. So right now it's multiplication. We need to do the opposite. So we're going to divide by whatever number is attached with that x, okay? Because we only want just the letter. Letters go on the left. So you're going to divide by 2. If you do it to one side,
You have to do it for the other.
perfect. What happens to the 2's?
Cancel.
They cancel. You're left with x equals, what is 36 divided by 2? 18. So x equals 18. Yeah, you're all right. Okay, look at 14. X over 14. What's it mean over 14?
Divide.
It means divide. So what is division, buddy?
Multiplication.
Multiplication. So we're trying to get rid of it. So instead of divide, you need to multiply by what?
1.
No. So what's attached with the x? Not a 1. Well, a 1 is attached in front of the x. So this one had a 2. So that's how we knew what to divide. What number is with this one? 14. But yes, you are right. There is a 1 in front of the x, okay? So you're always going to multiply or divide or whatever the number, because you should only have just the variable. Okay, in this case, we have the variable and a 14. So you're going to multiply this side by 14. If we do it to one side,
You have to do it to the other.
okay, so what happens to these 14s? They cancel because this is multiplication and this is division. So they cancel. You're left with x. And then what's 11 times 14? Somebody, you guys have calculators, I know. Huh?
154.
Somebody else agree?
Yes.
Okay, cool. 154. Okay, look at 15. It says r over 16 equals 13. So what does it mean over?
Divide.
Divide. Okay, so what do we need to do? What's the buddy? Multiply by what?
16.
16. If I do it to one side,
You have to do it to the other.
okay, what happens to these ones?
Can't cancel.
Cancel. And then what is 13 times 16?
A big number.
208. Somebody agree? 208? 208. Let's do 18. So 18 says negative 11x equals my negative 143. Okay? So what is this? What operation is this one? Huh? Multiplication. So what's his buddy? Divide by what?
11.
Negative 11. Okay, if I do it to one side, I gotta do it to the other side. X equals.
No, it won't be negative because it's a negative divided by a negative, Will.
Oh.
Jeez, Will.
Come on, William.
Okay, what's 143 divided by 11? Huh? 13? It's gonna be positive 13, but yes.
Can you do number 16?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I forget how to do that.
Okay, so look at 16. If you don't have already, or you have not been using, I would probably start using my calculator. So can you use your iPad or phones on my tests anymore?
No.
No, you can't. So today would be a good day with getting familiar on how to use the calculators. Don't try to do the fractions in your head because some of you guys clearly can't do it. I saw that last chapter. Okay, so go through here and look. Is this a letter or a number? Letter or number?
That's a number.
Okay, where do numbers go?
To the right.
To the right. Letters go on the left. So that lets us know what needs moved. Okay, so right now, what operation is this? It's division. So what do you need to do? Multiply by what? 12. Okay, what happens here? They cancel. So you got V equals. Now, if you are using a calculator, one of mine, this one works out really nicely, so it doesn't really make sense to do it on the calculator. However, okay, so for those of you guys that have a calculator, you can type in, and these are the exact buttons that you should type in. Parenthesis, and then it's gonna be this little like fraction box, and it's gonna look like this. You should say 1/12, and then you hit that over blue arrow and close that parenthesis. And then you can say times 12. So this should be a 1 and a 12.
Equals 1.
It equals 1. Okay, if you try to do these on your phone, you are going to get a decimal. Do not write me down a decimal when it should be a fraction. Close it, say times, and then exist, delete. Now close it.
He was flexing his legs out of grip.
I looked over and he's like, oh.
Okay, so, let's do 17. So 17 says n over 5 equals 12/5. What does it mean over? It means divide. So what do we need to do?
Multiply.
Multiply by what?
5.
Okay, which 5? Where?
The one on the right.
Okay. Does that look right?
You have to do it by both sides.
You gotta do it by both sides.
Oh, yeah, clear.
Okay. What happens to these ones?
It is canceled.
Okay, so you're left with n, and then same thing, you can figure out what that is on your calculator. So what is 12/5 times 5?
5. Only 2. It goes to 12.
Does it? You sure?
Wait, no.
It's 12.
I told you. Wait, yes, I am.
You sure?
Man, I'm telling you. She is right.
Let me see. Let me see. Go back up. There you go. Why you kept second guessing yourself?
You were attacking me.
No, I wasn't. I was just asking.
Probably 19.
So, this one's gonna be 12. Hey, noisy boys in the back. I'm sorry, do you need moved? Okay, then quit.